She's our fire prevention officer. My name is Blair Ramsey. I'm the training officer. We have firefighter Matt right there, and the two of them actually built our little house. So, a couple of props for some Sonnenberg's Rona actually donated all the materials for us, which is nice. Allowed us to put this together. Like I said in the initial, is the fire has changed with the way the homes are built, and also the materials that are in the homes. So materials in the homes nowadays, they burn really hot and they burn really fast. So it's important for your safety and your family's safety to be able to get out of your home as quick as you can. Nowadays, 2 to 3 minutes. If your smoke alarm goes off, think of where you would be at 2 o'clock in the morning and the smoke alarm going off and you hear that. You have about 2 to 3 minutes to get out of your house safely. So think about that. We spend a lot of time with the young ones in the schools teaching them about fire safety plans. But we wanted to bring something to the adults, and I think this is a good forum to do it with the young ones around, because they can reinforce the fact that we want them to be doing certain things when they leave their houses. One of them is closing doors. Closing doors and stopping the oxygen going to a fire will improve, and it's been proven through science, will stop the flow of fire and set that fire back a little bit, basically reset it, and starve it for some oxygen to give people in the rest of the house a chance to get out and have a survivable area. So what we've done here is you can see we've simulated a 2-story house, or if you want to look at it with a 1-story with a basement, and we lit a fire in the bottom corner. When the fire department shows up, oftentimes we see this. You'll see an open door, because that's when everyone's booked it out of the house and they just run for their lives, and everyone goes to their meeting place, of course, after practicing your fire safety plan, and everybody knows where to meet. And then we're called. And we show up, and usually we show up and jump out of our trucks with one of these. And you'll see firefighters nowadays, and you'll think, why the heck is that firefighter not putting his stuff on and running up to the door with the hose and putting out the fire? Well, there's a lot of planning that has to go on now because of the fire dynamics changing. And that's what we're going to show you a little bit here today. So this is a thermal imaging camera. It shows us where the hot spots are, where it's hot. So when I point it, and it's unfortunate because I had a better screen yesterday, I had a different one, but I was able to show everybody. So when I point this at the fire, I could see the hot spot was obviously where you guys could probably see the fire. I could see a little bit of white and some smoke coming out of there. So the temperatures, I was up close to it a few minutes ago, and the temperatures when we had the door closed was showing at about 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. As soon as Jewel opened up that door, it went up to 90, 100, 110, and just started climbing. So it shows that, you know, introducing that oxygen the way it is now, it's starving. So this fire is starving. You can see the flames in there, and we're going to show you in a second by opening up that door again how important it is to close the doors. So we're going to open up that door. I want you to see how fast. Someone yell out when you see fire, to actually see the flames.
Did you get one? Let me hold it for you?
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long.
I got one.
You can see that the smoke is moving fast, and it's coming in and out of the one hole. So it's taking in air and spitting out smoke at the same volume. That gives us an idea of where we can find the fire, and that's why we go around with these imaging cameras. All right. So this simulates, say, your basement stairs. You have a flow path going up your basement stairs, or up to your upstairs if you have a second floor in your home. There we go. It didn't take too long to get that going. So changing the flow path within a house that's burning is something that the fire department is changing, and it's learning. And we're out here teaching you guys because you're kind of the first defense for us. How many people here live in a rural area? Cities? Just yell out where you're from. Just start yelling it out. Capriel? Espanola? Okay. Capriel? St. Catharines? Callender? Okay. How about over here? No one's yelling from over here. What's that? Where's that? Little Current. Okay, so Little Current. So I hear some rural departments. I hear some city departments. If you lived right next door to a fire department, we're still at least 5 minutes before we get there, set up, get our gear on. And you can see how fast that fire picked up when we opened up that door. It was within a minute that that fire went from nothing to, and we just opened one door. We'll open up that top window. So what we're going to simulate now is leaving it upstairs or having a basement fire, like say a dryer fire or something like that, and then having the front door open upstairs and a window open. You'll see how fast that fire grows. And when I put the thermal imaging camera, all I see in the bottom corner is completely red. It's just completely red, which means you can see the fire, but how hot it is. So this gives me a temperature difference. And upstairs, it's starting to climb. It's going from red. It's going a little bit of red now. So the heat, what's happening is we're feeding that fire and giving it lots of oxygen. And in no time at all, as you can see, and this is we're not even burning stuff that you'd actually have in your homes. We're just burning wood. So take away, we're taking out that element of real heat. And then you can see once you close that door, how the flame went down. And we're starving that fire a little bit for oxygen. So on the other side of the house, you don't see a whole lot of smoke coming out of there. We'll just leave that closed for a sec. So on the left side of the house, you don't see out of those windows. How many people have seen a lot of smoke coming out of there? You don't see a lot of smoke because we did that for a reason. Having that side of the house could actually be, we could look at that house and say, somebody could be surviving in that side of the house, right? Because we could see the smoke, we can see that there's lower heat on that side. So that may be a spot that we would go, bedrooms, that sort of thing, after speaking with somebody that's outside the house, where we're going to go first. We know that could probably be survivable area. If we walk up and close that door, close the front door, and somehow let's see how fast that, there we go, now it's getting going. So it's really building up heat inside. So as soon as you introduce that oxygen, and that really makes a difference for us as firefighters when we have to plan our tactics and when we're going to attack a fire. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Underwriter Laboratories, or UL. You might see it stamped on a lot of your appliances at home. They've undertaken a lot of anybody? Nice hat. They've undertaken a lot of money and studies looking into fire deaths and looking into on-duty deaths of firefighters and why in the United States guys are dying in fires. Well, it's because they're opening doors and they're creating intense heat when they open up those doors. And even going in the main house of a residence where commonly, and when I started firefighting 15 years ago, that's what we did. You went in the front door, you went to the unburnt part of the house and worked your way back to where the fire was. Now we're attacking right where the fire is. Because if we start opening up doors and opening up windows, it creates intense heat and flow where that fire is just going to go where that oxygen is. That kind of shows you here. So now what we've done is we're going to show you how fast fire will go from one floor to the next. We've opened up all the doors. So inside, just so you have an idea, inside we have kind of simulated doors and passages through your house, just as if it were a natural staircase. Did you open up any inside? Yeah, they're all open. Okay, so this is just an open. So if you have a fire down in the basement, there we go, it's starting to come out. You see how quickly that once we opened up and gave that oxygen flow to the fire, how quickly it's starting to build. Now, in about 10 seconds, so that's a fully engulfed room. That's, you hear flashover? Did that term flashover? Right now. That whole room is completely engulfed, and that didn't take, what, less than a minute. And here we go, now it's going upstairs. All the upstairs is flashing too. So the heat, the intense heat in the upstairs portion of that house is, it didn't take long to get upstairs and get so hot. And now you can see it start. See how it's kind of neat, the fire dynamics in the bottom one. See how the flames are licking at the top of the roof? Yeah. So it's so what we're going to do is we're going to show the fire extinguisher demo for everyone because we got to put a fire out. So pass system. Who's heard of the pass system? Pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. So firefighter Matt's going to show us the pull. So pull the pin. Now we're gonna aim it and squeeze the handle and sweep. Give us a good sweep motion there, firefighter Matt. There we go. So after seeing that,
Oh my God.
we're hoping that
That puppy.
that everyone takes a few minutes to spend on your fire safety plan. Talk to the kids, because your kids they've been learning this for years. We've been in the schools now where the kids pretty much know what we're going to say to them. And we ask them if they've ever practiced fire safety plan, and it's usually crickets. Usually don't hear it. So that's why we look for a forum to get to the adults, because you guys are the ones that are going to be organizing everybody into panic. And just like the firefighters practice to put out fires in your homes, you have to practice to keep everybody safe before you leave the home. So we want that message to be very strong.